If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. Scratching my nutsack, dropping rap like rap. I stepped outside of my show and got robbed by one of them thug cats. Hopped on stage and someone yelled out, "Use a."
Good morning, everybody. It is a very, very early Australian morning. I think it is about, let me just check the time. It is 5:30. And you can see the weather is coming out, the birds coming alive. I have a big cup of coffee. Much to say. Now, it's been confirmed. Chantal has been banned by YouTube for 7 days. We kind of figured that out. There were a couple of possibilities, but that's what it's boiled down to. She confirmed that during a Twitch stream yesterday. And it was because of the privacy report. She was reported the stream that she showed Allah's wife's picture and was saying a lot of things. That's why she was reported. And she's met a consequence. So, yay! They're calling that the consequences dance. It's got a low R&B beat, just so you know. Anyway, much to say, because she's gone onto Twitch and she's streamed. And Chantal should just not talk. Sometimes when the poop hits the fan, just zip it. Just zip it. Don't say anything. Should have just taken the 7 days. Just taken the L. Just taken it. She's talked about the LGBTQ plus. Sorry, A plus. I forgot the A's, and I'm sorry for the A's. Sorry. She was talking about that again. Digging her own grave. Digging her own grave. And she was also talking about her reverting to Islam, I should say, becoming a Muslim. She went to, we saw parts of the vlog, and she must have been inspired by the underwater theme that she had at the centre, because Scuba Steve came out. Looked like she was about to go snorkeling. Yes, it did. Lovely. That really tight hijab was looking fabulous on her. Talked about her flying home. Talked about Salah's views. Flip-flopped on a few things and talked about BBJ. Now, she did say a few things we've been wanting to hear for a while, but didn't seem too sincere. Seemed more like she was being a bit capricious and what's that word? I love the word facetious. That's the word. She's being quite facetious. She was making claims, but just there's no genuine feeling behind it. Saying things like, I've had a black heart and I've been a truly horrible person, and I say mean things, whilst going on then to say more mean things. But basically, I'm going to run through the talking points. Okay, first of all, the LGBTQ plus community. She was confused, guys. The 2 times that we know, because I wonder where that confusion was when she ate Dee Dee out twice. Yeah. I wonder where that confusion was when she was telling all her story times about the incident with the couple with the wine bottle when she was a teenager, hooking up with women on dates. Were the story times real? Was she confused then? Has she been confused for such a long time? How do we know she's not confused about reverting to Islam? If she makes confusing decisions, maybe making a massive life change like converting religions is not the way to go before you speak to someone, you know? And if you're not against the LGBTQ plus community, but it's illegal in that country, how does the government making it illegal change your morality? Because there's been movements in the last few years to change laws. It's now legal in a lot of countries for gay people to be married. that people's morality didn't change after the laws were changed. The morality and the people fighting for those rights were there beforehand, hence why the laws got changed. Protest, campaigns, public vocalization. They had to fight hard against religious groups to make those changes, but it was possible because the collective community supported the people's human rights to represent themselves. And there were gay Muslims. I don't understand what her stance is. If you're not against them, but you can't support them, do you even know what you're not supporting though? Because my understanding is it's not the gay part that's the issue. This is how it stands. It's not legal for gay people to be married out of marriage sex is the part that's the issue. Just like a man and a woman can't have sex because that's haram. 2 women can't have sex out of marriage, haram. 2 men can't have sex out of marriage, haram. Whatever other combination there is, out of wedlock, haram. It's the out of wedlock part that's the problem. The fact that the government doesn't allow gay marriage is the problem. It's not the actual act itself. That's how I see it. So if you say that Salah is not homophobic, if he was walking down the street and saw someone being beaten up because they were gay, because they were yelling some of the similar words that he used to describe nada, yes, what would Salah do? Would he just walk on by and ignore it? Or would he help that person out because he's a good Muslim? Like, what's the situation there? If he saw somebody being vilified in a shopping centre because they were gay, or if somebody was in a workplace and they were being bullied because they were gay, what's the stance there? Because I want to know how you change your morality. What's religion and what's your morals? Like, how does that work out? I'd love for you to be able to exactly explain what you're not supporting from inside and what your religion, because as far as I know, Islam is loving and kind and will take anybody in and doesn't want anyone to be harmed and wants everyone to be cared for, regardless of sexual orientation, because it's not the actual act itself, it's the doing it out of wedlock part that's the big problem. Yeah. And you can't, yeah. And the Islam part. She's not Muslim. She keeps saying my religion. You're not Muslim. You're not Muslim yet. And it seems to me that you do a little bit more reading before you start wearing a hijab. And you would discover the religion before you start calling yourself Muslim. You would learn a lot more. And you would learn a lot more before you speak on it as well. You've come out with the whole LGBTQ plus A plus rant without even understanding it from a Muslim perspective. Foodie, stupid gets called out on the internet. How long have you been here? If you say stupid things, people are going to call you out. And you're hitting on so many communities, the Muslim community, the Arabic community, the gay community. You need to chill out. And what's with the weird whispering? Was she not supposed to be streaming? She said, I'm not supposed to be streaming. Does that mean I would think I need to be quiet because Salah's sleeping. I decided to come live and stream. But she specifically said, I'm not supposed to be streaming right now, which means that Salah has told her not to go on stream. She's just not to be on the internet for the week. Take the ban. But no, she's alive streaming and talking like this. Very weird. Very weird. But anyway, Foodie does what Foodie wants. Yeah, and the fact that she wanted to buy herself a cake during Pride Week to come out as bi because she's part gay. Was it Confusion Cake? Were you buying Confusion Cake? You went to a whole Pride parade. You were confused. So I would hold off on the religion thing if I were you, Foods, because it seems like you don't make very sound decisions. Massive life changes like this, probably not your forte, I'd say. Yep. And you've got a long way to go before you even start thinking about acting like a good Muslim. Because you ain't it, sis. You are so not even close. You're not even close to a good person. The dedication and the discipline it would take to be a practicing Muslim in the Middle East, because you can't even flub the edges a little bit. People are going to know. The community knows. Everybody knows. She doesn't have it. Now, to the bigger issue. Now, when I smile like this, I know I look very it-like the clown. It's because this covers my rage. It keeps it on the inside. I'm that mum that if I'm standing smiling at you like this, tell me what you did. That's when you know you're in trouble. Now, Foodie's not my child, but she is childlike. Now, this is what the smile's for. The creepy, angry smile. Okay. BBJ. From what Foodie was saying during her live stream, I'm so confused. Either she's so old and sick, so sick, that when Foodie gets home, she's taking her straight to the vet to get her checked out to make sure she can be euthanized if she's in pain, because we never want BBJ to be any kind of pain. She's sick enough that she's considering euthanasia because she's old. She's actually old, but old is perspective. But she's not sick enough and old enough to go and get her checked out. I don't understand. So you're thinking that she's so old and in so much pain that there's nothing that Pete's could do or the vet could do to give her some relief. Wouldn't you want to know that while you're in Kuwait, thousands and thousands of miles away, that Pete could take your cat to the vet to make sure she isn't in pain, and if she is in pain, manage it with medication or therapy or an anti-inflammatory shot, antibacterial, like whatever the vet can do to help minimize that pain while you're away, because it's still 3 weeks before you're coming home. Don't you think that that would be a better way to care for your pets, to be a responsible pet owner? Get your cat checked out, and if she's in even any slight bit of pain, get that managed. Pain management. Or you're just going to let her sit and be in pain for 3 weeks and then take her to the vet and be like, so is she in pain? Do you think we need to euthanize her? No? Are you sure? She's really old. She's really old and she gets shaky. Maybe we need to euthanize her. I don't want her to be in any pain. Oh, the vet asked, when did you notice this tremor? Oh, about 3 weeks ago. Why didn't you bring her in sooner? Oh, we thought she'd be okay. But you just told me she's really, really old with health issues. You didn't think it was a good idea to bring her in sooner? Oh, no. We just thought I'd wait till I got back to Kuwait. But it's not a good cat owner. She's not been a good cat owner. And I am really excited to see this new cleaning regime. I want to say, what's the bet? We never see the inside of the villa ever again. Remember before she left for Kuwait, we were seeing Foodie like this in the portrait mode? Couldn't see nothing behind her, couldn't see nothing to the side. I bet you that's how we see the villa again, because Foodie is not going to be able to maintain that very large apartment on her own. She might be able to do the tiny space that she's living in now with Salah, but she's not going to be able to take after 2 cats, maybe 1, depending on what the butthole does. 2 floors, all those living spaces, a kitchen and 2.5 baths. The cleaning regime is going to go out the window the second she hits the edibles. And do we all think she's going to hit the edibles? Yes. Irony that she's not going to need any kind of medication or coping mechanism in Kuwait, because she's going to be so happy. And she was doing all this walking, guys. Walking every day, out and about and active. She's gained weight since she's been there. So much so that she's concerned that she's going to fit into the seat on the way home. Now, that tells me one thing, that she was squeezing herself into the seat before she got there, and she didn't have any room to spare, and the little bit of weight that she's put on, not so much little, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt, is really going to create some discomfort for such a long flight. And the fact that she has a history of blood pressure issues, migraines, headaches, and blood clots, she's putting herself in some real physical peril flying home. She's got 3 weeks to at least sort herself out. Now, I know, and okay, so here's the petty side of me. I was taking great pleasure in the difficulty she was having on Twitch. With the technology, with the chat, people calling her out. Words like fake cat outrage. No, it's genuine cat outrage. We are worried for animals, for pets. It's called empathy. We don't like to see people and living creatures in pain. The only pain that I was enjoying yesterday was foodies on Twitch, from the ban, from the confusion of the technology, the crap that she was getting. Just, yeah, it was wonderful. Really, really, really enjoyable. Loved it. I really want more consequences for foodie. Nothing, nothing that physically harms her, but I want some more emotional consequences, actual consequences. Kia won't start once she gets there. Loving it. She has a villa inspection and they turf her out and she has to find somewhere, and it's another hovel like what she's living in now. Consequences. Pete's ain't gonna toss her away, but Pete's can't live with her forever, so she can't live with Pete, so she's not gonna have a little helper. Consequences. Salah ups and leaves her for someone else, or just ghosts her. Wonderful. As always, I always find a little nugget, a little tiny teeny nugget of something interesting. Now she went on to say the language that Salah used towards Nada was misinterpreted by Mo Translates. Now I would believe Mo before I believe Chantal. A, because she's a native speaker, and she normally says this is dialect, but Cordidi a bitch called Nada a Tyrannosaurus Rex, if you know what I'm saying, and a big bunch of sticks starting with F and ending in ot. Now, she said that he was provoked, that he was triggered, and he just, said it, he lashed out. But then in that same very stream said, oh, Salah, he never loses his temper, never. Which one is it? Provoked and triggered, lashed out? Or he's a calm, gentle angel? Which one is it? Because you can't have both. I'm thinking it's the former, that he's just getting very comfortable using nasty language because Chantal uses the nasty language, and he is an existing Muslim. So what kind of example is he setting for this newly reverted, yet to be transformed? That's another word she loved to use. Transitioned, transformed Muslim. Because if that's how you act, I don't want any of it. What a terrible example of a person of the Islam faith. If he is what that is, no thank you. And that's what I think is shameful, is that they're giving a very bad example. Just like anybody who's an awful Christian or an awful Buddhist, never met one, but anyway, or Catholic or whatever the religion is, if you're a bad person, you're a bad representative, you're ill representing the faith. Salah and Chantal, if they're the face of Islam, God help you, that community is in trouble. Now, do I believe they represent the rest of the Islamic faith? Heck no. And that's why people get upset, because they're trash. Absolute filth. And I hope that someone in their community gives them a talking to about how they represent themselves. Because we can't change who they are. But I hope that they take that conversation offline and leave it alone. because it gets people very hot under the collar. Not me. I'm not going to do anything to them. But there are people out there who take this stuff very, very, very seriously. And, yeah, Chantal doesn't. Because she's gross. In closing, if Salah could get a skinny woman, he would. But Foodie, no skinny women were hitting him up to get into Canada. Only silly, desperate, lonely weirdos. Yes. All right, guys. That's all I've got for today. I hope you have a lovely day. If it's cold and snowy, rug up. I posted my soup recipes yesterday in my little video. It was just a fun nothing video, but it was fun to make. Maybe if it's cold, make yourself a bowl of something nice and warm and delicious. Now, if there's anything you'd like to add to this video, pop it in the comments. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Let me know if there's anything that I could have added in. And if you'd like to, please do subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah, sunny days, no clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Got the Tropicana, fresh cut sushi on a platter. Brandy, honey, it don't matter, shots till I drop. Gonna be 24/7, golden hour like a boss. And they say, yo, guess you got a 2 o'clock appointment for a champagne shot, whoa, yeah. I'm busy trying to take it higher, got no time for never, only spending cheddar. Wish I could do this forever. Chilling with the hottest company, they all wanna welcome me to their private penthouse suite. Yeah, now I got the key. Rooftop pool, got a heli on speed. Ocean view from the highest peak. I'm complete, oh, I want this to stay. Please don't go away. Yeah. Sunny days, no clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Eco-friendly, here we invite only positivity to this party. Don't want no drama with any bad karma. Got a lot of that in La Vida Loca, just wanna let it all go. Yeah, I can't say no when I'm this free. Don't wanna go home, oh I can't sleep. Weather's so nice, only got good vibes. Yeah, we're here chillin' in paradise. Sunny